Good morning. Today we will be considering the truth that God is good, and I'll be reading from Psalm 34, verse 8. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. As we consider that God is good, taking refuge in him means that we have something from which to take refuge. And it speaks, of course, mostly to the fact that God is the one in whom we find refuge, and we find that because he is good. In the series, The Chronicles of Narnia, C.S. Lewis writes of an encounter in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe between the children and the beavers, and they're talking about Aslan. And this is how the conversation goes. "Oh," said Susan, "I thought he was a man. Is he quite safe? I shall feel rather nervous about meeting a lion." "That you will, dearie, and no mistake," said Mrs. Beaver. "If there's anyone who can appear before Aslan without their knees knocking, they're either braver than most or just silly." "Then he isn't safe," said Lucy. "Safe?" said Mr. Beaver. "Don't you hear what Mrs. Beaver tells you? Who said anything about safe? Of course he isn't safe, but he's good." And then in Mere Christianity, C.S. Lewis writes, "Some people talk as if meeting the gaze of absolute goodness would be fun. They need to think again. They are still only playing with religion. Goodness is either the great safety or the great danger, according to the way you react to it." God is good, and no matter what is happening in the world or in your life, God is good. And this is of great comfort. When we lose a friend or relative, God is good. When we become ill, God is good. When we lose a source of income, God is good. When a pandemic sweeps across our land, God is good. And we can rest in that goodness, knowing that despite the circumstances, he is good. As Romans 8:28 says, we know that in all things God works together for good for those who love him and are called according to his purpose. Hold fast to God's goodness today. God bless you.